everybody. It's me, Miss Mariah, and I'm at the Black Creek Library today. For today's Pajama Storytime, we're going to talk about mini golf. Mini golf is a great game, and today is actually Mini Golf Day celebrated around the world. So our first book is Froggy's Day with Dad by Jonathan London. "Froggy," called his mother. "What?" cried Froggy. "Rise and shine," said his mom. "It's Father's Day." "Hooray!" cried Froggy. He hopped out of bed and flopped to the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. He'd been waiting a long time for Father's Day to come. At school, he'd made a special present, and now he was making breakfast for Dad all by himself. He dropped an egg on his foot. Splat! "Oops," said Froggy. "Froggy," called his dad. "What?" "What's that funny smell?" "You'll see," said Froggy. Then he served his dad breakfast in bed. "Happy Father's Day," said Froggy. "I made it all by my—" "Oops! It slipped! Splat!" "Oh, Froggy," said his mom. She scooped it up, and Froggy's dad took a bite. Thanks, Froggy," he said. "The eggshells are nice and crunchy." "I have another surprise for you," said Froggy after breakfast. "We're going to play golf for Father's Day. It's your favorite game." "You're too little to play golf," said Dad, "but you're just the right size to play miniature golf." "Yippee!" said Froggy. "Let's go!" "First you have to get dressed, silly." "Oops," said Froggy, and he flopped back to his room to get dressed. Flop, flop, flop. Zap, zip, zim, zoop, zup, zap. "I'm ready," cried Froggy. And he and his dad leapfrogged all the way to the fun park. Flop, flop, flop. "First," cried Froggy, "let's ride the bumper boats." "Okay," said his dad, "then we'll play golf." Froggy sat on his dad's lap and helped steer. Whip, splash, whip, splash. Oof! They bumped another boat so hard that Froggy bounced up in the air. Whee! Turned a somersault and landed upside down in the boat. Thump! "Let's go to the batting cage," cried Froggy. "Okay," said his dad. "Then we'll play golf." Froggy put on a helmet. Zap! Then he wound up and swung. Oops! The bat flew out of his hands and hit his dad on the foot. Thump! "Now can we play golf?" asked his dad. "Golf?" said Froggy. "Why didn't you say so? Let's go!" So they flopped over to play miniature golf. Flop, flop, flop. At the first hole, Froggy wound up and started to swing. "Froggy!" yelled his dad. "What?" "You're facing the wrong way." Oops, cried Froggy. I knew that. Froggy turned around, then he wound up and started to swing. Wait, said his dad. First, you have to address the ball. Oh, said Froggy. Hello, ball. No, his dad laughed. I mean, stand with your feet apart and place the head of the club behind the ball, then swing. Froggy shrugged, then wound up and swung. Bam! Bing! Boing! The ball bounced off 3 windmill blades and landed in the hole. Boop! Hole in one! Cried Froggy. Holy cow, said Froggy's dad. That was beginner's luck. No way, said Froggy. I'm a pro. After his dad's turn, it took him 9 times to hit the ball in, and Froggy said, Nice try, Dad. Then flopped to the next hole. Flop, flop, flop. Now watch me, said Froggy, and he wound up and swung. Bam, bing, boing. The ball bounced off 3 towers and hit his dad smack in the head, bunk, and knocked him down. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. Thanks, Froggy, groaned his dad. He rubbed a bump on his head the size of a golf ball. The rest of the game was fun, though, especially for Froggy. He dove into the pond beneath a waterfall. Flop, flop, splash, and came up with 7 balls. And when they got back home, Froggy gave his dad his special Father's Day gift. Happy Father's Day, Dad. His dad tore off the paper. Rip! Wow, a mug, he said. Yep, said Froggy. I painted the letters all by myself. It says, to the best dad I ever had. Thanks, Froggy, said his dad. This is the best gift I ever had. The end. All right. Our next book is called Curious George Plays Mini Golf. George and Steve were good friends. They liked to play games. Steve always had the high score. He always won. One day, Steve invited George to play mini golf. This was a new game for George. He was curious. Maybe he could win this time. Steve hit the ball 1, 2, 3 times. Now it was George's turn. George took a big swing. His ball hit 2 trees. George swung his golf club many times to get a high score. George hit the ball again and again and again. It went all over the golf course. Golf was easy. George hit the ball as many times as he could. Finally, he hit it right into the hole. At the end of the game, Steve read the scores. Steve, 35, Betsy, 58, and George, 250. George had the highest score. He was so happy. He had won. But George, in golf, the lowest score is best, Betsy told him. I won the game, Steve said. George was surprised. How could a small number be better than a big number? George had an idea. He wanted to win in golf. He had to practice. George asked his friend if he could borrow some things from their house. George made a golf course on the roof. A paper towel roll was his club. He blew in one end, air came out the other end. The ball moved. He was ready to play. George invited Steve over. George played first. He blew through the tube and got a hole in one. Steve was next, but it took him 8 tries to get the ball into the hole. Steve counted the points. George had the lowest score. Finally, he was the winner of Monkey Mini Golf. The end. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed our story time today. And I hope maybe you want to play some mini golf today too. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Well, I have to go now, but I will see you guys next time. See you later, alligator. So long, King Kong. In a while, crocodile. See you next time. Goodbye.